Welcome, my name is Sampstra Games, and today we're gonna make some movies. We're gonna be playing Moviehouse Sneak Preview Edition. Now this is technically not a demo yet, this is a version before a demo. Now I don't know when you're watching this, but if it's between the 16th and 22nd of June, there's currently a Steam Game Next Festival, which means you can play dozens of demos of games from all genres, strategy games, puzzle games, first-person shooters, whatever rocks your boat. And I'm sure you don't have time to play all of them, so all of the strategy games, well not all of them, but a lot of them, I'm gonna play them and show them off on this channel so that you can decide if they're for you or not. So let's start a brand new game of Moviehouse Sneak Preview Edition. Now, because this is a pre-demo version, obviously there's just like very few mechanics in the game, but it does kind of show off like what the game is going to be about pretty well. So I like that. Welcome to the lot. The cameras are ready to roll. We'll be taking a journey through some of the most exciting decades of filmmaking, starting off right now in the 80s. You'll be in charge of writing scripts and producing movies, and don't forget to keep the finances in check. So first of all, we gotta create our company name. I'm going to be called Artist the Lion after one of my patrons. That's going to be the name of my studio. And first thing we gotta do is we gotta hire a writer. So we're gonna hire a writer. Now when you see the writers, you can see their skills in essentially writing and production. So obviously with a writer, we're gonna focus on writing. So we're gonna pick Fanny Wilson here, who has a 9 in writing, 5 in production. And she is going to cost me 10K just to get her, and then 1.4K per month. I'm going to tell her, hey, go write me a new script. Now because this is just like the demo, we can only do fantasy or horror. We're gonna start off with horror, let's say. And we're going to call the movie The Darkness Is You. It's going to be the name of our movie. Go. Now we're going to start as a short film. We can't do feature film yet. You need to do research to get to it. And we can make this rush job, industry standard, or as long as it takes. I'm gonna go with industry standard. Now actually let's go with the rush job. It might not be the best decision, but we're gonna try it. And we're gonna say, hey, Fanny, go do it. Develop, please. And she's going to start writing. Now up on the right top you can see my money. Currently I have almost 89,000, and this is how much I've spent so far, and in 9 days this is going to refresh. Now you can actually change the story of your movie. So we have The Darkness Is You, and this is going to start in a castle. That's where our story is, in a castle. Our hero is an imposter, and our villain is going to be an imposter as well. So what this story is about is that in the castle lives a young girl, and she seems pretty happy at the beginning. It's like a normal life. She's not like a princess or anything, but she's just like one of the people who live in the castle, like a servant or maid. And you know, she finds herself doing things that she would never really do, you know, like taking the princess's dress and, you know, waking up in strange rooms and finding weird meat around her, and you know, maybe some blood. Surely it's fake blood, right? And so she finds herself doing more and more crazy things, and eventually she figures out that she is actually the villain, because she seems to have a dark side that's controlling her and murdering everyone around her. Or something like that. I should probably say at this point in the story that I don't actually watch movies. I only watch TV shows because I find movies too easy. And TV shows allow you to make like twists and like, you know, give the bad guys motivations and doing all sorts of interesting crazy things. Oh, plot twist. Yeah, so the plot twist is that we find that the girl, obviously the maid, is actually the bad guy. It's not that someone is doing things to her, it's actually she's doing it to herself. So that's the plot twist. I love that it kind of worked out. Now here you can see how much points we get to research. This is random. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes a little. And how much experience Fanny Wilson gets. If she gets to a higher level, she's going to be better at her setups. Now at this point I'm going to tell her, hey, go write a new script. This time I want you to write me a fantasy. This is going to be Castle of Beauty. We're gonna kind of stay in the castle theme, but this time it's going to be a fantasy. And this is going to, I'm gonna tell her to do it as long as it takes, because we're gonna have to take a long time producing the movie that she just did. So I'm just gonna say, hey, go do this. And in the meantime, we're going to hire a director and produce our movie, The Darkness Is You. Now, we want a director that's really good with production, so I think we're gonna go with this guy, Seth Nelson. Alright, Nelson, produce a movie for me. Of course, I'm on it. And let's do The Darkness Is You. It's a short film. We're gonna do an industry standard job, so it's gonna take a little while, but at least we're gonna take our time. And let's do it. Now, in the meantime, we gotta work on Castle of Beauty. So the setting doesn't let me go into a castle, so we're gonna go in mansion because that's the... Actually, or we could go in Dreamland. The castle's in Dreamland. Let's do that. The hero is going to be the chosen one because it's a fairy tale. Come on. And the villain... the villain is a femme fatale. Okay. Okay, so this is clearly about a very young boy who has a vivid imagination, and he dreams about being in a fairy tale and being seduced by this femme fatale. And by young, I mean a teenager. And yeah, I don't know, you can decide how it ends. We don't want to put too much money in this movie because you're gonna need to be spending a lot of money on joining festivals and things like that. So you don't want to spend too much money at the beginning. So just gonna put a little bit of money into The Darkness Is You. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to produce this movie. So we're gonna have more options soon. So right now we need to choose our actors. Now, some of the actors have effects. For example, Delia is a martial artist, and so she gives you bonus for general and sophisticated audience. So we're gonna pick her, and here you can see her skills. And in a supporting role is going to be Harriet, I guess. Harriet is gonna be the princess. Wow. The first skill was our maid. Our hero of our story. It's interesting, it's like in a castle, but the hero is not the princess. Princess just kind of hanging around. The princess was probably hurt significantly by the maid at some point. Alright, so we can choose whether we want to focus on supporting cards, props and effects, or set design. We're going to focus a little bit on set design, I think, and kind of on the supporting cast. Not so much on the props and effects. I don't think we need that much over here. There's some times when you finish the writing, you get like certain bonus to, for example, like the props and effects. Then you want to put more money into it because it has like a double effect essentially. But in our case, just, you know, it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to focus on the supporting cast and on the design. Now here we're going to continue with our story. Oh, we actually finished the story of Castle of Beauty. It's going pretty well. Oh, we get massive scope, a script fit for multiple movies. So great for sophisticated audience, not good for anybody else. I don't think we're going to tell Fanny to do anything because I don't want to pay her. Well, actually I still have to pay her, so maybe we should be doing. Doesn't new script cost me money? You know what, let's do one more horror movie. This time it's going to be called The Squeak. The Squeaks of Juju's. After one of my patrons. And they're gonna say as long as it takes, because we need to do other things. Yeah, so make me okay. Now these are festivals. If we had finished a movie, we would be able to put our movie in here, but we can't do that right now because we haven't finished our production just yet. Indie Film Festival would be nice as well. Maybe we're gonna be able to finish the movie while the Indie Film Festival is still going. But in the meantime, let's go make Squeaks of Juju's. Yeah, it's gotta be in a hospital. I mean, yeah. The hero is Juju, so he's gonna be a journalist. And the villain... I feel like the villain should be an imposter. Someone who's actually just pretending to be a doctor, but is not actually a doctor. Instead is like a cannibal or something. I have very dark ideas apparently. But we're doing horror, okay? I can't give you a nice story. You gotta accept that. I'm trying to make this work for you. Alright, so we finished The Darkness Is You. How good is it? Looking pretty good actually. Plot twist? Okay, can I quickly join this? Enter! I made it! Oh, I made it. This is super important because it can take a really long time for you to get the right festival with the right genres. So it's really important that you enter in time. Now, we're going to be generating buzz for our movie, The Darkness Is You. And this is super important because we're gonna need it in order to be able to... okay, so we got offers. So now we can actually go and we can actually distribute our movie. So we have 31 buzz. That's pretty okay. And we should be able to get either a microfilm or distribution rights or theatrical, or distribution rights all for a distributor, but they only take 28%. Let's do this one. I hope we'll make some money. The darkness is you. Because we're gonna need a lot of money. Let's hope people like it. What do you say? 8 out of 10. The story is not without its issues. The story was saved by good execution. The director really knows his stuff. Ooh, people apparently like my maid story. Okay, how much money did we make? How much money did we make? Oh, we made a lot of money. 13k on already. Yeah, but before we keep watching, we gotta finish our script or squeaks of jujus. This is gonna be so scary. We should probably produce the fantasy movie next, but I kind of want to focus on horrors as well. Okay, let's produce something, then we're gonna keep looking at the money. Let's produce Squeaks of Jujus, the horror film, because it has better stats than the Castle of Beauty. Though the Castle of Beauty has some good upgrades, like special effects showcase and massive scope. Now let's do the Squeaks of Jujus. Another short film. I'm gonna do it industry standard time and set our director to do it. Now we made almost 100,000. Now as you can see, that the money we make is going to get lowered over time, and eventually it's just going to stop making us money. Now we do have 2 points for research, so we could get employee management, but what we're going to get instead is actually indie movies, because this allows us to write indie movies. So let's do it. Let's set up a new script. It's going to be an indie movie. Let's do another set of horrors, because we're really good at those. This is going to be called The Afterlife of Suffering. Afterlife of Suffering by Donald. Feature film? Do it in an industry standard time, I would say. Come on, Fanny. And then we can do it. Alright, let's keep working on the Squeaks of Jujus. I'm gonna put a little bit of money in it, but I think I want to focus most of my money onto the next movie, which is going to be The Afterlife of Suffering by Donald. The Squeaks of Jujus. I hope that's how you write Squeaks. I messed that up, didn't I? I don't know, I'm sorry. If I did, I apologize. Okay, in the leading role, we could get Delia. No, we should have a guy. Vanny Castillo. He is eccentric. That's probably good. Okay, and Delia is going to be the fake doctor, because she has a silky voice, which apparently is good for market. Buzzword marketing is increased. We gotta grab that. Okay, she's gonna be our fake doctor. He's gonna be murdering. Okay. This is The Afterlife of Suffering. This is going to be played in the ancient ruins. Our hero is obviously a survivor. And the villain is the outlaw gang. The outlaw gang in the ancient times? Sure. Actually, let's go with the witch. So what happened here was that there was like this group of women, and they were called witches. They weren't. They just had a really bad time living in the ancient times, and they were mad. Maybe they were time travelers or something. And they just like decided to just murder everyone in these ancient ruins. And there was only one survivor left. And it's essentially the movie is sort of like a alternation between sort of his memories of his past and how he died, and the current moment where he's kind of walking alone in these ancient ruins. And like the twist at the end of the movie is that actually he's dead. This is just his afterlife. And then the double twist of the movie is the fact that, yes, the movie is called The Afterlife, so you should know that this is actually the afterlife, but, you know. Alright, we're gonna focus on props and effect in this movie's The Squeak of Jujus, because I believe we had that bonus for props. I think. I'm not sure. I think that was the case. I wish... So suggestion I have, when you're picking like this setup to the effects, I would love to see the attributes of the movie so that we could easier tell what should we pick. I think that would be really good. Afterlife of Suffering. Alright. I haven't watched a horror movie for a very long time, by the way. But I used to watch a lot of them. I didn't like them, but I did watch quite a few of them, like a long time ago, like years ago. And then I stopped watching them because they were too scary, so... If you're wondering why my plots for horrors aren't very good, that's why. Or maybe you like them, I don't know. Let me know in the comments whether you like my stories. I try to make them with a lot of twists. Because like I'm thinking about them like a TV show. It's like how are we gonna twist and turn it around? Whether it's gonna be season 2 and etc. And it's probably not gonna work for a movie, but whatever. Okay, how well are we doing with our Afterlife of Suffering by Donald? No script traits? Come on. Did she at least level up? Yeah. Apparently she didn't like that. Just keep writing Horace. I mean, I want to write something else. Shush. I could make her write something else, but I feel like we have a lot of stories and we're not producing. Now, I could hire another director if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So I want to focus on the movies. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, write a fantasy movie. It's just going to be called The Dream of Juju's as well. And it's just going to, as long as it takes, just take a long time and just write. I don't want you to do nothing, just write. Okay, Squeaks of Juju's. Let's do this thing. Production complete. How's it gonna go? Okay, it's actually new best, but it's not best by much. No movie traits apparently. Almost done with our research, didn't really learn much. That's okay, I want you to produce the Afterlife of Suffering by Donald, which is actually the feature film. So we're gonna put a lot of money on this. Industry standard, I'm okay with that. Maybe I should have done a rush job just so I could show you, but it's okay. Now, I need to enter, where can I put my thing? We're gonna enter into the indie festival, the Squeaks of Juju's. Okay, we're getting a lot of buzz here. And some fans, that's going really well. Okay, how are we doing with the Dream of Juju's? In a mansion, sure. Hero is a rightful king, sure. And the villain is a shapeshifter. We don't really have a story for this. This is just like, what do you do? This is like a second movie to the Afterlife of Suffering, even though it's a completely different genre. And it's just bad. Okay, 10k, the Afterlife of Suffering. I'm gonna put more money, but I should be able, I can put 20k. I'm gonna put 25k. I can afford it because I should already have the buzz, so I should get an offer for... Oh, did I not get the buzz yet? I thought I would. Do I not have any offers? Oh no, so if you don't have any offers, you have to approach the distributors, and that's actually very, very bad. Because you... It doesn't seem to work for me, so you should pay like 30k, but somehow it just doesn't work for me, and the problem is that it just seems to always say like people don't like the movies. That's actually a really bad deal for us, so I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything with this. I could click this, I can go to minus 50k, but it just doesn't work. So we might need to enter this into another festival, which is a little irritating, because it's gonna cost us a lot of money. I shouldn't have put this much money into this movie. I guess we'll put more into supporting cast over here. Can I enter? I can't enter. Maybe because it's like a feature film that it's more expensive. Maybe the Afterlife of Suffering will save us. We'll see. We could potentially fire this writer after we finish writing this book. Or this script, I should say. Only because I think I'm going to need to make sure that I'm saving up my money. I'm really sad that I didn't get a much more buzz with that festival. That was unfortunate. Yeah. I'm gonna fire Fanny, but I was doing so well. I even wrote a script that won a festival. Oh well. Too bad. I could try to enter again. I'm gonna do it. I need some buzz. Okay, we have finished writing this story, and we're gonna fire her, just so we can save up our money. Special effects showcase, sure. Okay, hey, I'm gonna fire you. Bye-bye. Are we getting any buzz here? Come on. I need some buzz. I need to sell this. No buzz yet. Alright, we get more points. We could get rewrites and reshots. I don't really know how that's going to help us. Oh, we could reshoot a movie, but that's going to cost us a lot of money, I think. Okay, we got some buzz. Good. Can we get an offer? Yes, okay. Not yet. Come on. Okay, offers, yes. Whew, this just saved us. Just saved our lives. Okay, I'm gonna do whatever. Let's go to microfilm. Just please make me some money, because I'm running out of money. I had to fire my only writer. Okay, Afterlife of Suffering by Donald. I'm gonna try to rewrite this, even though it's like the best that we had so far, just to see if I can make it even better. And also because I should get the money from my other movie. How's this doing? Squeaks of Juju's. Talk to me. The story could be improved. The story could have been improved. The story was saved by good execution. I didn't make any money. So this happened to me previously. It happened to me if I self-distributed, but it seems like it happens this time. The problem is, obviously, it's not making any money. So I'm actually not going to be reshooting this other movie. I'm just going to straight up try to go with the other movie somewhere and see if maybe that will make me money at least. Because I can't really afford to keep reshooting if I'm not making any money. So this made me zero. This is like a complete flop. Research-wise, I could get employee management. Sure. That means I could click on set and I could manage him. Oh, so actually I just like movies as art, increase his creativity. Actor, director. That's kind of interesting. So on a budget, production budget refund 15%. And within deadlines. Okay, so that's cool. So we could pick like specific upgrades like that. Are we getting any buzz for our... Not really. Afterlife of Suffering. Shouldn't be distributing that just yet for just... Oh, it's possible that I can do it because I don't have a writer? Then I shouldn't have fired her. I'm not sure. Okay, the game bugged a little bit because it should have been showing me like a list of writers, but it's not showing me anything for some reason. Yeah, as you can see. Well, regardless, I think you can see like the potential of the game and how it's going to play out. I do absolutely love these upgrades on the specific characters. That's really, really cool because you can like have a variety who's like about making cheap and quick movies, and then you can have a different one making like really amazing movies that are gonna give you a lot of money and things like that. So I think that could work really well. Oh, industry award. Let's just check if we maybe won. If even one of our movies is even in the list. The one and only movie that people liked. Oh, that's not ours. Not that either. No. Ah, none of ours. We'll check what the winner is anyway. Lily Beck. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, write down in the comments and you can click on the right to watch some other games that we play on this channel. I'll see you there. Bye bye!